I'm sitting here trying to think, how do you open up a show? And I realize it's a lot harder than I ever thought it would be. Especially when I'm planning on doing these things 5 days a week. I gotta figure out a way to open the show. Something. But no, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna pretend to smoke on this pipe like a proper British gentleman. Contemplating the problems of the world and what I can do with all my monies. Quite. Well, let me tell you what, I don't have any monies. I'm basically broke, but I have a house at least. And, I have a weird talk show with a few people watching. But here's the good news. Today's going to be a great show, everybody. It's seriously going to be a really, really good show. A lot more positive, and I think a lot more structured and organized. So if you're ready, I'm ready, and let's go ahead and get fat and happy. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the lovely Tuesday episode here of the Fat and Happy Show. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. And if not, then come on in, take off your pants, and pour yourself a bowl of cereal with me, where today we're going to be going with some off-brand Frosted Flakes, which I already sampled because I was like, are they actually going to be good, or are they going to be kind of crappy? And I will have you note that these brand Frosted Flakes, the Our Family brand, it's all right. It's all right. It's just not coming out of the bag at all. Big hole. Now, see, people actually have told me many times Frosted Flakes are like boring. It's kind of like just like a sugary brand. And that's good enough for me. The only problem that I have with Frosted Flakes is that they get soggy really fast. So I know by the end of the show, whatever I've not eaten, it's going right down the drain. But they're really good when they're fresh. Sorry. They're great. Anyways, let's go ahead and get the show started with a little bit of good news, bad news. Where we're going to go ahead, and I think we're going to start off with the bad news. We're going to go ahead and get the bad news out of the way today, so that way we can make way for the rest of the good news coming in. So the only bad news of today is something that's not really bad yet, but it could be. Who knows? Over in the Republic of Congo, they have now announced that there's a little bit of a minor outbreak of a little thing that happened a while ago. Maybe you might remember Ebola. That's right. Just when you thought 2020 couldn't get any worse with the whole COVID and now this whole the police protestings and whatnot, now we got Ebola on the horizon waving at us going, "Hello, you remember me?" Yeah, I do remember you. How about you get the hell out of here? Some people keep on saying that someone is playing a game of Jumanji somewhere, and you want to know something? I honestly believe it at this point. I'm not really sure where else we can go, but someone rolled the dice and got a D20. I was asked a while ago, by the way, why do I have cereal on the show? Why is like cereal part of Fat and Happy? I have never met a person who was unhappy while eating cereal. Name me one time where you're eating cereal out of anger. You don't. You eat ice cream out of sadness and depression, but cereal is a happiness thing because you usually wake up first thing in the morning, you're having your bowl of cereal, and you're like, this is going to get my day off to a good start. Never has cereal made me mad. Now, on to the good news. The good news is kind of a continuation of yesterday because this is a little bit of news that I didn't even know happened. I didn't even know it was a thing, but it's really, really cool. So, with SpaceX getting up to the International Space Station with the Crew Dragon on the Endeavour, I mean, they named the Crew Dragon Endeavour, which I thought was a cool move. I don't know if I would call it Endeavour. I mean, it's a Dragon capsule. I think that's what everyone will more so know it for. Regardless, one thing that was left by the last space shuttle crew from NASA was a single flag. And it was left right by the hatch door. And basically what it was the next shuttle to launch from American soil would be able to claim that flag. And the flag has finally been captured. Just saying, it's really cool to me that way back when like the space shuttle program was kind of shutting down, that they left a flag as an objective for people to come back and try and get later. I think that was really, really cool. And the fact that someone like Elon was probably like, I want that flag. and now is able to get it. That's just cool. That's just cool to me. And I think that it's going to be really, really cool having it come back down to Earth. I think, if I'm correct, probably going to be at SpaceX headquarters, I would imagine, probably for it to be on display. And I'm just really excited for that to come back down. And now that the good news and bad news is out of the way, it's time to go to the awesome act of the day. And this goes to an act that will probably happen 2 days ago now by the time of this posting, but I missed it yesterday, and I wanted to go ahead and give it proper recognition, and that is going to Flint, Michigan. Now, what ended up happening is during all these protests and stuff like that, the cops usually get a little bit violent, tear gas is thrown all over the place, rubber bullets are being fired. But instead, the Flint, Michigan police took off their riot gear and decided to parade with the protesters. And I thought that was a very, very cool move. In a time where police are being viewed as nothing but evil and taking things a little bit too far, have racist backgrounds in their training and whatnot, I won't go too far into that. It's something that you need to look at and judge for yourself. But in the time of this, being able to put down your guard and to basically say, we are with you, that's pretty awesome. It's something that you're not seeing too much across the country, but it's something I wish we would see more of, because that's how we will progress through this whole thing, is by coming together instead of keeping our distance and being afraid of each other. So the whole coming together at Flint, Michigan, even though they can't drink their own city water, is really cool. Now that that is out of the way, the one thing I thought about adding, because I'm going to add little segments to the show every now and then, just to have a little bit of fun, because I want to be fat and happy. Let's go and do it. We're going to go and have a new segment called Dad Joke of the Day. So, Dad Joke of the Day. Don't expect to laugh out of these. Do not expect to laugh. I am expecting everyone, as soon as they hear this joke, to go, oh, Jesus. Oh, God, why? I don't want you to laugh. Here's the question. Why can't a nose be 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot. Get off the stage! You get it? Because the nose can't be 12 inches because it would be a foot.
Fuck you!
Yeah, that's a bad joke. That's the dad joke of the day, everybody.
Get a life!
Alright, now, like we ended off the last episode with, we ended it with the pet photo of the day. And today's photo comes from one of my coworkers, Carlene, where we have, I absolutely love these, Chip and Dale, which I absolutely love. I was like thinking like we're going to have a bunch of cats and dogs, but then she was like, do you accept goats? And a pet's a pet in my eyes. So I welcome Chip and Dale to the show. Absolutely cute. And with that, we come to the final segment of the show. Now is the part of the show where Kyle gives his 2 cents. For today's 2 cents moment, we talk about the internet. The internet, unfortunately, is a place of lies, a place of deceit, a place where anybody can say anything, and some people may just take it as truth. Today I was presented with a photo posted all over social media. You probably saw it at some point. But when I looked at the photo, I thought, this seems a little too good to be true. Not good as in, oh yeah, I really like this. But too good as in, the timing seemed a little wrong. It seemed too coincidental that something so positive and something so bad could have been taken right there in the same day or in the same week. Could have been done at that close proximity. And I was right. In fact, the photos were taken nearly a month apart. And one came before the other one. And so it was kind of like, this is completely invalid. That is where this goes for the 2 cents of the day. Be careful when you are on the internet. People will post things on social media and you will look at them. But always keep a wary mind that what you are looking at may not completely be factual, but instead is just trying to get a reaction out of you. The news media outlets do the same exact thing. They will only show you the bad in the world for the most part because people don't really care about the good in the world. They want to know what's going on and what will affect their immediate lives. So that is why you see COVID all over the place, and that is why you see these riots all over the place. That is basically them fueling your emotions. So you will not see very many positive things on social media because they just don't really take off that well, because you're playing with the audience's emotions. So as you go through social media and you see these different memes and posts, keep a wary mind and do your fact checking, because what you might find is that some of these posts aren't always accurate. The bad thing is that some of them are completely false, completely fabricated, and the one website I would recommend for you if you would like to check it out is Snopes.com. I use Snopes a lot. Snopes does a really good job on fact-checking popular posts, and they always usually get to the truth. And they will usually show you where that truth is actually coming from with actual links going to the actual origins of it all. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for this Tuesday's episode of of the Fat and Happy Show. Oh God. Yeah. Remember what I said by the end of the show I'd have to throw this away? That was like, I was like putting a spoonful of snot right on my tongue, and I was not ready for that. There's no crunch. I was just like gooping all over my tongue, just like a big wad of phlegm. It was just like, ugh. But at least it was sugary, but still as a texture thing, it was just, yeah, called it. But anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of the Fat and Happy Show, everybody. I hope that you guys had a good time. Hopefully you leave the show a little bit fatter and happier, and I will see you guys back here for Wednesday's episode. As a little side note here at the end of the episode, Trump ended up making a speech as soon as I was done recording, and I felt like I should cover it really quick. I still don't really know what all details there are with this, but a lot of it is basically trending with the words martial law, which is a very serious thing. Basically meaning that military police rule wherever they're at. And basically this is to try and ease raids and the shoplifting and stuff like that. I see this as a very, very serious thing. Anywhere there are protests, I pray that the people who are protesting right now, standing for what they want, for what they believe in, I hope that you guys stay safe. This is a very serious moment now that this has been implemented. Stay safe. Do not do anything rash. If there are cops there, obey them. Back up. Go home if you have to. For the love of God. This is not a joke anymore. This is very serious now. People's lives will probably get lost because of this new implication. And that is just a simple fact. I will track this as close as I can. And I will give you guys an update tomorrow on anything that I find out. But this is a very, very serious thing. Because who is to say what a peaceful protest is and what isn't? A lot of peaceful protests have been broken up. So with this new lineup going out by the president, I don't know how easily deadly force will be issued. So for anybody out there who is protesting or feels like they need to protest, by all means do it, but be safe. I personally never thought that we would see things get to this point. The riots have been bad, but at the same time, peaceful protests have also gotten broken up at wrong times. So again, anyone who plans to protest, please do. Stand for what you believe in, but please be safe.